So this is me launching my kayak for the first time in a few years. Probably not had this thing out in 2 or 3 years. Takes me a minute to even remember how to get myself into the water. I'm struggling right now. Plus I'm kind of a heavy guy, so it takes me a minute to get floating, I guess. And also started out and forgot to get my fishing pole here. Um, we had caught some minnows that day and just took up. Was going to use live bait. Everybody's just kind of watching me from the bank to see if I fall in. Greg goes and gets me my fishing post. So I don't have to get back out. That was a big help. I think this is also the first time I ever used live bait from a kayak. So that was something new to try. Takes me a minute to get going here. You can see there in the video, I'm using my paddles upside down, and I eventually figured that out. But it's a slow start getting out here. And this is only the second time I've ever fished off this in this pond off of a kayak or a little boat. And I probably caught my first fish here when I was about 3 years old, and I'm 40. I fished up here all my life. I just never had anything to get out on the water with, and we always just bank fished, and we'd always catch a lot of fish. And I just kind of wanted to get my kayak out on there and try it out with some minnows, and just something to do, I guess. I'll eventually get going here, start doing a little better. So here I am finally getting started. I hook my minnows in the tail there when I'm fishing, like in a pond like this. Uh, just seems like they get better action. This is actually my first cast out there of the day. And I hook up on a little bass here. So as you'll see here, usually when I catch a fish here, I would put my paddle down in the kayak so it's not in my way. But I forgot and I fight it here. I had to get the fish around it. And then I had to remember how to balance myself in the boat to get the fish. So it took me a second to get him inside the kayak here. And then I about lose my paddle and it's in the way and I forget where to put my fishing pole. So I was struggling still. It's about lost my paddle again. It's all in my way. It's getting in my line. What a mess. But that was my first little fish in my kayak in that pond. Pretty good one. And let him go. I also wanted to show this part. It was pretty funny. I thought I hooked a fish, and then I realized I'm hung up because there's all kinds of trees and stuff in here. Like that's one really hard part about fishing this little pond. But I start over there to get my hook unhung, and at some point I realized I've got a fish on. So I don't know if the fish was on, but right there it starts pulling again. So maybe it was wrapped around a log. I don't know. But it was pretty cool. And as you can see, there's all kinds of trees here. And I actually get I get kind of stuck on one somewhere right here. And I thought I'd put my paddle down in the canoe inside the kayak, but I hadn't, so it was still in my way a little bit. This little Ascend kayak, that's what it actually is. It's a hybrid between a canoe and a kayak. So you feel pretty good sitting in it. Um, or at least I do. If you feel like if you're afraid you're gonna fall out of one, this might be a good one to get. But there's another little bass I caught. Ended up catching three. It was a pretty fun day. Just go up there and play around on the kayak and get out and get to fish some with friends and family. And if you watch any of my other videos, you'll probably see this pond again. And if anybody else has got any ideas of what else I could do on my kayak or trying different stuff in the pond or just different stuff in general, just leave a comment and let me know.